Because they live in the Sepik River and they worship crocodiles.
They do. They worship the crocodile.
They do. No, I got pretty lucky in Australia. Australia is beautiful. I have not encountered many of the massive spiders, any of the stuff that's going to eat you alive out there. But
Good.
I did make a quick trip to Papua New Guinea for a couple weeks just to like hang out there. And
now, where is that in relation to Australia?
it's on the same part of the globe, but it's really far away.
Okay. From here, yeah, right.
Yeah.
You would never be able to swim there.
No, not really. It's hard to even get in the country.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty wild. So I lived with these local tribe. They were from the Sepik River, and they're kind of well known as the crocodile people of.
Why are they called that?
Because they live in the Sepik River and they worship crocodiles.
They do. They worship the crocodile.
They do. It's their deity, their god, and
wow.
And
how do they worship the crocodiles?
Well, in a very interesting way. So we went out to this river where they go fishing or I guess hunting or to meet these crocodiles. And they invited me along for the trip. So I was like, yeah, sure, let's go. I would love to check this out. This is going to be wild. And a huge group of 40 or 50 dudes all got down in this swamp area and laid down and sort of starfished out like this below the water, like just their heads out.
So you're at the point now where you're calling these tribesmen dudes. Like
yeah.
You became that dudes. Close, right?
We became
all right.
Especially after this experience. So they all kind of like laid out and what I realized after a couple minutes were feeling around more or less with their hands for crocodiles. And every time one would swim by and touch one of their hands or feet or anything like that, they would like whistle or yell in order to cue the one next to them to whistle or yell or like, hey, he's coming your direction. And eventually, these guys all just laid down in the river and they caught a crocodile. It was wild.
What?
They like jumped on it, wrapped it up, pulled the thing in.
They caught God?
Yes. They did.
And then what do they do once they catch the crocodile?
After they caught him, we ate him. We ate him.
They catch God and eat him?
Yeah, we ate that.
Well, that's a hell of a worship there, isn't it?
It is. I don't know if they were worshiping this particular crocodile.
How did they cook the crocodile?
3 different ways, or 4 different ways.
4 different ways?
Yeah,
wow.
I think they fried it. There was a couple other delicious preparations.
Which way did you like it best?
I think fried always
fried
wins. Yeah, with crocodile. It was a pretty unique experience, just kind of sitting out and picking which version you wanted to try.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching. You've got like the whole families and everyone around. It was wild.
At any point were you sitting there thinking, boy, I'd like to go home?
It was. Actually, not as I was digging it. I can't say that on TV.
Did they know your work at all there? Like any of those guys seen High School Musical over there?
I think by the end of that trip, I kind of realized, like, I was out there camping. I didn't have a cell phone. Like, we were off the grid.
Oh.
I mean, in Papua New Guinea, there's no technology. We were sleeping in one of the just little huts that they sort of had for us, and that was me and like a lot of buddies. So we were all kind of like, we were roughing it for sure.
Right.
And by the end of the trip, which was 2 weeks out in Papua New Guinea, we were toughing it. It was actually pretty funny. A couple of the guys came up to me with cell phones. These are the tribesmen guys, came up with cell phones, and we FaceTimed their cousins and their wives and people that were living in other places all over the world. They knew who I was the whole time.
What, really?
And didn't say anything about it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. And then I realized, I was like, wow, okay, I've made it everywhere. Yeah,
yeah, we really have. Zac Efron is here. He's made it everywhere.